Hi boys and girls, this is Mrs. Wood. Today we're going to talk about how we can count up to 1,000 using place value drawings. Now remember that we've talked about how our place value drawings can look like bundles, like big bundles for our hundreds, medium-sized bundles for our tens, or one stick as a 1. We can also think of our place value drawings like place value blocks. So today, my drawings are going to look like place value blocks, okay? So let's take a look at how we can count up to 1,000 using place value drawings. Here it says, how can we count from 47 to 200? And can we find benchmark numbers along the way? So you can see that I've started with 47. I didn't draw 47 with place value blocks, I just put it over here to the side. So we're starting at 47. If I look at the number 47, 47 is not a nice benchmark number. We've been looking for benchmark numbers by looking for a 0 in the ones place. Those are numbers that are pretty easy to count by. Tens, hundreds, those have zeros in the ones place. So the number 47 does not have a 0 in the ones place, so we would say that it's not a nice benchmark number. So we need to start adding our ones until we get to a nice benchmark number. So if I'm at 47, I'm going to count on by ones until I find a benchmark number. 48, 49, 50. Now 50 is a nice benchmark number because it has a 0 in the ones place. Once we get to a nice benchmark number, then we can count by something other than ones. Now that I'm at 50, I know I can count by tens until I get to the next benchmark number. So I'm starting at 50, and now I'm going to add on 10 sticks. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And 100 would be my next benchmark number. Once I get to 100, I know I can add on a hundreds block to get to 200. So again, to go from 47 to 200, I start with 47 and I count on ones. 48, 49, 50. 50 is a nice benchmark number, so now I can start adding on my tens. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 100 is a nice benchmark number. Now I know I can switch and add on a hundreds block. That'll get me to 200. Let's try another one. Let's count from 476 to 600, finding the benchmark numbers along the way. So I'm starting over here with my 476, and I notice it is not a nice benchmark number because it has a 6 in the ones place. We're looking for a number with a 0 in the ones place. So I'm going to start by adding on my ones. I'm going to count on. You can count on with me. I'm starting at 476, 477, 478, 479, 480. 480 is my next benchmark number. It's got a nice 0 in the ones place. Once I get to 480, I know I can start counting on tens until I get to the next 100. So I'm at 480. When I add on a 10, I get 490. And another 10 takes me to the next benchmark, which is 500. Once I've gotten to 500, all I need is a hundreds block, and I get to 600. So we started at 476. If you didn't count with me the first time, count with me this time. 477, 478, 479, 480. Then I count my tens. 490, 500. I add on a hundreds block, I get 600. Let's try one more. Let's count now from 188 to 510. This one's going to look just a little bit different, and let's see why. I'm starting at 188. Not a nice benchmark number because I've got an 8 in the ones place. I'm looking for a nice benchmark number with a 0 in the ones place. So I'm going to start by adding on my ones. I'm at 188. When I count by ones, I get 189 and then 190. 190 is my first benchmark number. From there, I can count on by tens. Already I get to 200, which is another nice benchmark number. Now I want to point out that I have to get to 510. So I don't want to start by adding my hundreds yet because I want to make sure that I've got a 10 in my answer. So I'm going to add on another 10. So I went from 200 to 210. Now that I'm at 210, now I can add on my hundreds blocks. When I start at 210 and I add hundreds, I get 310, 410, and 510. So boys and girls, when you are doing your lesson for exit ticket today on Seesaw, first you're going to be looking at bundles and you're going to be counting your bundles. Look closely to see if they are hundreds, tens, or ones. Then on the bottom, you're going to be using place value drawings to count. So I want you to think, is the number you're starting with a nice benchmark number? If it's not, start by adding ones. Add your ones until you get to a nice benchmark number. Then add on your tens. When you get to the next 100, you can add on hundreds blocks.